Oh, we're back with the Liberty Lurkers. Okay. I don't want to spoil it. I want to spoil. Okay, Liberty Lurkers. We've seen the Liberty Lurkers before, haven't we? I feel like. Trying to remember what the hell they did. Oh, that's why I'm confused. Right, so, cause this was the Liberty Lurker. But I guess now it's called the Lincoln. Now it's called the Horned Serpent. Well, I've just been calling this guy the... Oh, it does have horns. So that right there is... It is... Okay, it's a horned serpent. I thought it was a centipede. So I thought that the Liberty Lurker was a centipede. And that the horned serpent was like its own separate entity. Then I thought, okay, so then it must be the same thing, because I forgot it had horns. So the horned serpent and the Liberty Lurker are the same thing, right? I'm assuming the Liberty Lurker is just the name that people gave it. Upon investigation, local authorities likened the waste storage compartment to a mass grave, because they were feeding people to it. But now it's saying Liberty Lurkers. Like, what does that mean? Maybe we got you, but we should matter. So does that mean that the Horned Serpent is its own entity, and that the Liberty Lurkers are like, what, its offspring, its babies? Is there more than one Horned Serpent? So confused now. But yeah, no, immediately, this is the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Progress is a colossal neoclassical sculpture at the entryway of the Suez Canal in Port Said, Egypt. Progress was designed by Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, who later designed the Statue of Liberty. And just to be clear, Frédéric is also the one who... Yeah, so, I mean, it says it right there, Statue of Liberty. But he was specifically also in charge of the designs for, like, the special compartment to feed the Liberty Lurker. Well, I'm guessing is now... I don't know what to call it anymore. I'm gonna keep calling it the Liberty Lurker. Until we get a confirmation that the Horned Serpent and the Liberty Lurker are not the same, we're gonna keep calling it the Liberty Lurker. The following audio is an excerpt from an interview with the developer of the Suez Canal. Okay, is this before or after the US nuked it? Oh, you know what though? We might actually get some answers as to like how the crab was born then. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. Many cannot name the region where my accent is derived from. I blame my many years in diplomatic service for this. While my accent has suffered at its hands, my understanding of human nature has not. Diplomacy, not psychology, is the true study of the mind. Today I know that there is only one genuine source of happiness. It is the source for every category of happiness. Efficiency! All happiness flows from efficiency. It is the ease of success, not the success itself, which best determines the quality of satisfaction. Ooh, I like that. That's cool. I can agree with that. It was my desire for efficiency which drove me to establish the Suez Canal Company. Like the Colossus of antiquity, I wish to unite the trade of the East with the West. I wish to pull them together in the fraction of the time that it had taken for them to engage in the past. There is a dream I would like to share with you all, perhaps a premonition. A traveler in the distant future stands at the entrance of the Suez Canal and watches the ships drift past with rapture. The traveler realizes that they have achieved true happiness, greater than that of any human being who has stood there before. For at their feet, at their place in time, the canal will have spared our civilization a total of 1,000,000 years in sailing time. To be fair, maybe not at the maybe not quite at the entrance of the Suez Canal, but definitely comfy from my chair here in my house. I'm definitely appreciating it. Of course, we will not be there to share their realization, and the traveler will only know us as characters in the midst of their time. But believe me, it will happen. Ships will be in service for hundreds of years longer, and sailors will spend less time reaching their destinations, and more time in their destinations. The Suez Canal is efficient, and happiness will flow from it endlessly. You know, unless a giant crab or something gets disturbed by an overweight shipping container ship, and that starts, you know, a very, very, very cataclysmic series of events. Thank you. Until now, what you have heard was from a speech I wrote for the grand opening of the canal. However, I did not read the speech. I could not bring myself to lie to everyone. Oh, what the hell? I did not choose to build the canal. The man beneath America ordered me to. Any night he can sink into my dreams. He's talking about... So the Liberty Lurker is the man underneath America. Right? The sinking man and the forbidden fruit. So, okay. It feels like they're the same thing. So, the horned serpent, or I should say, the Liberty Lurker. How about this? We're gonna call it the Liberty Lurker, but Project Horned Serpent is in reference to the Liberty Lurker. I'm pretty sure. But the Liberty Lurker, aka the Horned Serpent, is manipulating people's dreams from underneath America. And Ferdinand himself was saying that he was being influenced by the Liberty Lurker. The sinking man and the forbidden fruit. Okay. So, again, this should be George Washington. He tried to chop down a special tree, and it didn't work. The special tree teleported him into the future, and he was replaced by another false president who finished his term. I remember this. Then that tree, that specific tree that teleported him into the future, they built the Washington Monument around in order to contain it. And they kept, and in order to keep it from spreading out, they continuously kept feeding it immigrants. And it basically, they would like raise the people on the platform, drop them to their deaths, where they would splatter on the ground, and the tree would keep them alive so that the blood flow would continue endlessly, and it would be able to feed on their blood endlessly. And that seemingly kept it contained. Okay, so this is confirming that it did teleport him to another dimension. Just like with the Wonderland. Yes, okay, so this confirms it. The special tree is the tree from the Wonderland. And it basically, when he tried to chop down the tree, as a form of self-defense, potentially, the tree teleported him away to another dimension. Oh! And then stretched him out between... It stretched him out between multiple dimensions. The ADA. Okay, and they're trying to drop hints, and they're trying to like basically reveal the truth. Okay, wait, so what does that have to do with the Liberty Lurker though? Is he related? Is the Horned Serpent or Project Horned Serpent or Liberty Lurker like is George because I mean technically George Washington theoretically could still be alive because he was teleported into the future. The Delaware Journal wrote about it when they found him in the Delaware River. So is he also controlling it? Is Horned Serpent just like a code name for George Washington, who's like still in control, basically? guess, yeah, what happened to him? Maybe he's not maybe he's a prisoner? What did they do with him? Oh, whoops. For years, it was believed that all surviving audio recordings of the infamous 1889 Liberty Lurker interview with Frederick Auguste Bartholdi were fakes produced by American publicists. These publicists were known as Liberty Liars and would sell their false artifacts to American socialites. False artifacts, you say? What kind of artifacts? However, the authenticity of one audio recording continues to be disputed. It is simply known as l'Authentic Liberty Lurker. To the Providence I confess, it is a heavy burden that I cannot share with the world, but I cannot keep carrying it on my shoulders all alone. The most difficult part, the most painful, the one that made my sleep go away and my hair go gray, was the construction of the pedestal. See, because he understands that it was like a feeding platform. They literally had a feeding platform. It had a mass grave for all the, like, leftover body parts. Because they were feeding people to the Liberty Lurker. Although the statue was intended to be a gift, the U.S. ambassador regularly encouraged us to follow President Grant's requests. He puts quotation marks on encouraged. We made a deal, and each month we received varying design and size requirements for the pedestal. Requests to change the size of the structure ceased. People often ask why the pedestal is so disproportionate to the statue. All I can tell them is, ask the Americans. But I know why the pedestal is so massive, so tall. I simply cannot bring myself to tell them the truth. I am not strong enough. The truth being that I designed an abattoir. What the frick is an abattoir? Oh, yuck! It's a butcher shop! Like a freezer for cows. Just for him! So the Liberty Lurker... Yeah, it's an abattoir for the Liberty Lurker. Grant told me that he used to be normal like us. So the Liberty Lurker is a human. Or was a human, I should say. Now it's a giant centipede. He called him the Horned Serpent! Okay. Or the Hanodongoneers. So the Horned Serpent and the Liberty Lurker are the same thing. It used to be human. So is the Devourer of Villages. So if the Liberty Lurker used to be human, does that mean that's Washington, George Washington, teleported into the future, and that's why they showed him being stretched out? Is that why they showed the image of him being stretched out? Because he got stretched into a danger noodle? So he's not a serpent. He's not actually a serpent. It's frickin' George Washington that's been stretched out, elongated. He's a human being. And he's been stretched out so much that he looks like a ginormous snake. With horns. Wait, why does he have horns though? Are the horns like his hat, the cap, the tricorn hat that's been like stretched out too? It was the name given to George Washington by the Iroquois. Iroquois. Was it? Is it Iroquois or Iroquois? Yeah, I think it's the Iroquois, right? The Native Americans, the Iroquois tribe. So this basically confirms it's totally. So George Washington gets teleported into the future by the special tree because he tried to chop it down. George Washington learned whatever information. Potentially, he was even Everett. And then he becomes the Horned Serpent, manipulating the United States from underground in a ginormous underground cavern the size of the US. There was no coincidence. That damn founding father locked up in my foundation. Oh, their damn founding father. And instead of getting rid of him, they lock up George Washington inside the monument and just keep feeding him people, humans, immigrants. It started off with immigrants because they were undocumented, so that nobody would ask questions. And in modern day, they start to talk about how the majority of people that go missing are like homeless people, the undesirables, so to speak. And now even ADA members. What the frick is this? It's a caterpillar. It's a hair. It's a hair follicle. It's fuzzy. It's one of those like fuzzy boas that people put around their necks. It's hella fuzzy, like hairy as hell. Is it a caterpillar? Are we zoomed in on a caterpillar right now? Oh, stupid. Is this the snake? I'm like, is it a caterpillar, stupid? Nah, hold on! Is that the snake? I'm such an idiot, by the way. I'm over here like, is it a caterpillar? No, duh, stupid. We're talking about the Liberty Lurker, the snake, the serpent. Is this literally a ginormous snake coming out? No, what is this? Is it smoke? Is that like a nuclear reactor? What is this? (1985), following the release of the Liberty Lurker, Knots surveyed the environment beneath the Statue of Liberty's pedestal. I'm assuming when they say following the release of the Liberty Lurker, they're talking about like release of the document, not like they actually released the monster, or did they actually release the Horned Serpent? They recorded the following video inside the Horned Serpent meta structure, colloquially known as Wonderland, and they nicknamed it after the forest. No, not designation derived from the Greek words for underworld and sailor. So like sailor of the underworld? Okay. So is the Liberty Lurker trying to like recreate the Wonderland in the US? Right? Because then why would he nickname it the Wonderland? We know that the forest underground is full of like trees. Or is it that is it simply that people are being teleported from like the above ground into the underground forest. But then what about the folding like dimensions? The following clip may disturb blank viewers who are sensitive to loud noises. Prolonged exposure to music from the horned serpent metastructure may damage your brain. So there is music playing, which means there's special trees down there. And if there's just like a forest of special trees down there singing all together, which the singing is literally their form of communication, that means that they're just communicate, like, they're either communicating with the horned serpent. Oh, can you return this, please? And this too. Anybody who goes down there is constantly gonna be getting bombarded by non-stop psychic waves, like a psychic attack by all these trees. And you have to wonder, like, what is the horned serpent? Like, if it lives down there, what is it going through? Like, how is it affecting it? Okay, no, so Wonderland is literally the cave system underneath the US. And it has the reflecting trees and the reflecting, like, forest of trees and everything. Good lord. So what you're hearing is just a non-stop psychic bombardment of all these trees communicating with each other across space and time, and trying to influence people's minds as well. And that's quite literally alternate dimensions right there. So, Project Horned Serpent is a ginormous underground cave system that is just chocked full of special trees. They named it Wonderland. Wonderland is growing so much that it's actually starting to, like, pop out in certain places around the US, including Mount Rushmore. Including the Washington Monument and all that. George Washington gets teleported into the future. And they decide to because he starts to mutate, they decide to stick him inside of Wonderland with all the special trees. And they make an exit and entrance for him inside the monument. They take advantage of the whole Statue of Liberty being built. They take advantage of that. They make him an entrance and an exit to be able to feed the Liberty Lurker, to be able to feed George Washington, aka the Horned Serpent. And the entire time, potentially all the way up until the modern day, the horned serpent, George Washington, may still be influencing everything happening in the world. And the US government is just keeping it all a secret, trying to hide it all. Absolutely wild. I love it. But that means that potentially the trees teleport people into the Wonderland, into the underground caves, and that acts as sort of the gateway to the other dimensions. And this freaking horned serpent has just been living inside of this forest of special trees for hundreds of years. What a phenomenal video. Please go drop a like, go drop a sub. Dude, this one gave us a whole lot to think about. And it answered some of the longest running questions I've had. Because we haven't heard jack squat about the Liberty Lurkers since like the very beginning, bro. Statement for Maze. Archaic spellings and other minor deviations in the French transcriptions can be attributed to American publicists, often Liberty liars, at the turn of the 20th century. These deviations have been preserved to maintain a transcription's historical integrity. While American publicists correctly capitalized Etats Unis, United States, in their transcriptions of Liberty Lurker interviews, French writers often left the country in lowercase to subtly hint at their own anti-American sentiments. Country in lowercase to Oh, sorry. Cathanat's designation derived from the Greek words for underworld and sailor, aka ask a question to a real katana on Twitter. And they sent these katanats to check out the Wonderland, but what did they find down there? Did they actually, like, was it just as, like, a publicity event to try to, like, say that there was nothing down there? Or, I mean, because they're saying they're Liberty liars. So they're not even going to try to conceal that one. They're just going to say, yeah, they're just making stuff up. Yeah, it's not real. Yeah, it's just a myth. To be fair, it works. I mean, I freaking constantly people talking about Area 51 having aliens and nobody freaking believes nobody now, right? I mean, if it works. If it works, it works! Go ahead and go drop a like, go drop a sub to M4NTICOR for the Mighty Mythos series. I dropped the link on the Discord, Monodachis. And if you're watching on the VOD, it'll be in the description below. Phenomenal video. Ayoo, Monodachis! Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find links to the videos that we reacted to today down in the description below, along with my Oshi marks. I'll see you in the next video, Monos. Goodbye, and thank you so much for swinging by. Sadu!